Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Happy Friday. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I don't know about y'all, but I am super excited that it is Friday. I have a lot going on this weekend, but it's a lot of fun stuff, and I am real excited about it. I'm excited to get out of the house. The last few days have been a little emotional for me. If you've been following along with me, you have seen that. So I am super excited to be talking to y'all today about some Freedom Friday. I love the idea of the Motivation Monday. We always talk about gratitude on Wednesdays, and I always love to talk about some mindset freedom on Fridays because I love it. I love the idea of Freedom Friday. So happy Friday. Welcome. Y'all say hey when you get on, drop some sunshines. We are going to get back to doing the daily drive live together just because I think it's helpful. Right? It helps me start the day. It helps you start the day. I love it when I see you guys tagging me in your stories. I love it when I see you posting in the Becoming Unlimited group that you are doing your daily drive. I love it. So we're going to get back to doing that together. So I'm just going to chat with you quickly about my ears because if you've been following my journey, you know that one of the major reasons that I recently got LASIK was so that I could wear all of my Mickey/Disney ears. Yes, I am wearing a Christmas Mickey shirt. Yes, it has a stain on it. Don't care. In this house, Disney shirts are not seasonal. We wear them all the time. And I was cleaning yesterday and going to be cleaning today. So don't judge me. Yes, it's a Christmas shirt. Yes, there's a stain on it. So anyway, we have a collection of Mickey ears, and currently they are lining the border of our living room ceiling. And so since I got LASIK and I can comfortably wear them again, I am bringing you guys all of my ears. So these are new to y'all. I don't really have a specific story about these. I think these were just some that I saw online and thought they were cute. And so I asked my mother-in-law or my sister-in-law to snag them up for me. And so short story on these today. I think they were either a gift or they were just ones that I thought were cute and asked somebody to snag up. We have so many Disney things and they come from so many different places that everything kind of runs together after a little while. So short story on these ears, but I do want to say that I have a pair of birthday ears. And so if you look at your calendar and your birthday is ever on one of the daily drive, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, your birthday is on that day. So, you know, the next one I'm doing is Monday. If your birthday is on Monday and you want to see my Disney ears for birthdays and get a shout out and I will wear those for you, just let me know. Probably let me know the night before, so I can prepare. But I would love to show y'all my birthday ears and give you a special shout out. So if the daily drive is ever on your birthday, Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, let me know, and I'll wear my birthday ears for you. So short story on these, either they were a gift or I just thought they were cute and asked my in-laws to get them for me. So we're going to get to Freedom Friday because y'all know that I love to find inspiration and motivation everywhere that I can, all throughout life, when I'm watching TV, when I'm doing things, whatever it is. And today is no different. So we're going to talk about freedom in your mind. And the reason we're going to talk about that is because y'all know that I watch those murder documentaries. Well, recently I've gotten into the jail shows. And so this morning I was watching one that is about the most dangerous jails in the world or something like that. It's on Netflix. I don't remember what it's called, but it's this guy that was wrongfully accused of murder and went to jail for 12 years until they found some evidence that proved that he didn't do it, and he was released. And so now, for some reason, he's going back to all of these jails all over the world and seeing them. And so I was sitting there watching it this morning and just listening to how inmates were interacting with each other, how, you know, the guards and the inmates were interacting, the inmates and their family that they may get to be in contact with. And it had me thinking about freedom and just how freedom, you guys, starts in your mind. You are not going to have any kind of financial freedom, any kind of housing freedom, any kind of relationship freedom, whatever freedom is to you, you're not going to have any kind of that until you learn and figure out and understand how to create that freedom in your mind. And so we're going to get into that a little bit today because, again, I was watching that prison documentary this morning and it had me thinking just about communication, right? It had me thinking about how important communication is and how communication can be an effective and an active way of freeing up your mind. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So again, say hey when you hop on. If you're watching the replay on this, drop me a hashtag replay at any time when you hop on. Drop me some sunshines. Let me know that you're here. I love connecting with you guys while I am on here. And so for Freedom Friday, oh no, I forgot to share in my group. I always do that, y'all. I'm going to have to come back and share this in my group when I am done. Oh, no, that's inviting people to watch. I don't want to do that. So I will come back and share this in my group. Oh, wait, here we go. Hold on. Let me figure this out, y'all. Because I always forget. Okay, well, whatever. I'll come back and share this in my group later. That might be why nobody's watching me right now. But anyway, so it had me thinking about just how communication is so important for freeing up your mind. And so that's what we're going to talk about today is communication. We are going to just, chat together. I'm going to let you know how communication has opened up my mind and given me some freedom. So we have talked before about how one of the things that creates anxiety in our minds and in our lives is just having blocks, having boundaries, having sort of laid out notions of what things have to be like, and that kind of thing. And so when we try to fit things into those boxes in our minds, that is when we sort of create that anxiety. And when we don't break those boxes down, we let that anxiety stay and kind of fester. Keeping things in those boxes keeps that anxiety there. And unfortunately, as a society, we are kind of conditioned to keep things in, to hide your weaknesses, to avoid confrontation, to brush it under the rug because it's easier. But we all know what that does. That limits our mindset because all we're doing is thinking about these things that we're holding in, right? So we unlimit our mindset. We create that freedom. We allow ourselves to feel free by communicating, by being open, by not shutting down, right? By communicating our needs, by letting people know what we need, by talking, by understanding, by listening, right? Communication gives you so much freedom. And here's an example. I'm always going to give you an example of this in my own life because honestly, I didn't know what I was going to talk to you about until about 30 minutes before I got ready to, come in here and start getting ready for this, because I didn't have that example of it, right? And then I had that example of it, right? So I do a little bit of part-time work for one of my friends in her clothing boutique. And yesterday, her son came down with, the stomach thing. When you're sick and you're in the bathroom, whatever, we've all had it, right? He came down with a stomach thing. And he's feeling a lot better today. I didn't obviously go over there yesterday. He's feeling better today and everything is fine, but he's still home. And I have some things going on this weekend with my Girl Scouts, with my family, that I didn't want to jeopardize anything, right? And so I was just kind of feeling anxious about that whole thing. And so I just asked my husband to give me a call. I just, want a sounding board. I just want to talk about it, get someone else's opinion, right? And so I talked to my husband, and we agreed that it's not really safe to, be around some germs and then go do the things that I have to do, or that I get to do the rest of the weekend. I love getting to spend time with my Girl Scouts, and I don't want to take away from them, take away from me, right? I love getting to spend time with my family. My nephew's first marching band performance is tomorrow night, and I don't want to have anything happen where I'm gonna miss that, or, whatever. We all know, the worries that come up when, someone close to you is sick. And that's, someone close to me, because I go over there pretty regularly, right? And so I just talked to my husband about it. I just told him how I was feeling, the worries that I was having, what I wanted to do about it, because I know that we also still need to bring in an income. We also still need to, do things around the house. So I am going to get some more things cleaned up around the house today and do some door dashing and some other things, right? So I'm being safe, right? And it made me feel so much better just communicating that with my husband, talking it out, and then talking to my friend about the situation and working and what we're going to do next week and everything like that, right? So communication just frees everything up so much, right? Like, it just gives you so much freedom. And so after that, I just felt so much better about the day, right? And so, like, I was getting ready to come in here to start this in like 5 minutes, and all I could think about doing was like getting up and making the bed, because I haven't done that yet, and like doing the things that I want to start doing around the house, right? It just gave me that energy back and that freedom to take back control of my mind. Good morning, Nicole. Thanks for being on. It just gave me that energy and that freedom to take back control of my mind. Just getting that worry out, just communicating with my husband how I was feeling, communicating with my friend, just not holding it in, right? So communication with those around you is going to allow you so much freedom in your mind, right? And let me tell you, it's hard, right? It's one of those things that we are conditioned, again, to believe that, we've got to be strong. We've got to keep it together. We've got to, not show our weakness and whatever. But that's where anxiety comes from, y'all. That's where the stress comes from. Fitting it all in there together. Putting your emotions aside and like playing through the pain, right? That's where anxiety comes from, putting it into that box. When we're holding it all in, we're not allowing ourselves the freedom to let go, to, unlimit our mind. I am all about becoming unlimited, and you unlimit your mind by simply communicating, right? Communicating with those around you, not holding it in, whether it's, having a simple phone call. I just texted my husband. He's at work. So I just texted my husband and I said, I just have a quick question. Give me a call when you can, right? And so he called. We talked about it for a second. Again, he's at work, so we had to go. But, we talked about it and we're on the same page. And then I just texted him and I said, I love you. Thank you, right? And so it just allowed that freedom because I wasn't holding it in. So communication is going to free up your mind so much. Free yourself by just allowing yourself to communicate with the people around you. Your family, your friends. It's going to be hard, y'all. It's going to give you anxiety. It's going to give you those nervous butterfly feelings in the beginning. Conversations aren't always easy, whatever they're about. Like, if it's giving you anxiety, it might not be an easy conversation, right? But it's going to give you so much more freedom to do it rather than holding it in for however long you're going to hold it in before you're going to explode on, whatever. You know how that goes, right? So communication with everybody around you is going to give you so much freedom, right? I'm going to pause real quick because Nicole said something about my ears and I just had a thought come up because I think that these ears are, oh, maybe not. I thought that these ears, so I have so many ears, y'all. I have a pair that I think my sister-in-law got me from Disney Paris, but I'm not sure if these are those. I thought that they said Disneyland Paris on the side here somewhere. But anyway, okay, random pause because I was thinking about that. I was communicating to you what I was thinking about in my brain at that moment. And now I'm free to go on to the next part. Maybe these are from Disneyland Paris as a gift from my sister-in-law since she's gotten to go. I don't know. Anyway, so the next thing, right? So communication with those around you, first of all, is going to free up your mind so much. It's going to allow you to let things go, to move on, whatever, right? The next thing that you have to remember to do, y'all, is communicate with yourself. Communicate with yourself, right? If you're going to continue, oh, Nicole, I feel you. That's one of our goals too. We've only been to, I say only, I'm so blessed that we have been to Disney World in Florida, but it is definitely on the bucket list to go to every Disney park. And I will be showing y'all the ears that I get at every park when we go. But the next most important piece of communication is communicating with yourself, right? Because we push things off, even for ourselves. We put other people's needs first, which when you are in the right space on your own to put other people's needs first, yes, hallelujah, put other people's needs first, right? But you got to get yourself there too, right? So we put other people's needs first. We stress about bills. We, wake up and think about what's going on in life, right? We don't communicate with ourselves the things that we need, the things that we need to remember, the things that we need to stay in check. That is why I created the daily drive, which we're going to get back to doing together, because that's why I created it, to communicate with myself what my mind needs to push me through the day, right? Because when I'm keeping things in, even from myself, when I'm holding things in for myself, when I am not allowing myself the freedom to let things out, to be grateful, to pump myself up, right? You're your biggest cheerleader. No one else is going to push for your dreams or cheer for your dreams as much as you are. So if you're not taking the time to communicate with yourself and break down those barriers with yourself, again, it might be hard. You might cry while you're journaling. You might find a video on YouTube that hits the right chords at that time, right? It might be hard in the moment, but the freedom that it allows you going forward, the freedom that it allows you to create in your mind, to keep changing in your mind, is going to be so much more beneficial, I promise you, than pushing it under the rug and putting it back in the box and locking it away, right? Communicate with yourself. I journal. I didn't bring it over here with me, but I have like a notepad, and in that notepad is just a list of things that I feel like unlimits me. It's things like getting outside, spending time with nature, prayer, sharing my goals with someone every single day, right? If you're not excited and passionate about your goals enough to be loud and let people know what they are, like, you have to be your biggest cheerleader, y'all. If you're not excited about your goals, no one else is going to follow along on that journey, right? My purpose in life is this, and it gives me so much joy and happiness to bring this to you, because I've lived in so much darkness for so long. And you know what? It still happens. This last week was a hard week for me, right? I went through a lot of emotions, cried a lot. My eyes are still recovering from it, right? But I will take my energy back because I know how to unlimit myself, right? I feel those emotions and ride that roller coaster, and I stay in control. So one of the things that I have done to unlimit myself, to communicate with myself, is just make a list of the things that bring me joy, the things that unlimit me. Writing, getting outside, spending time with my pets, right? Going for a walk, going to the gym, getting active, watching a Disney movie, whatever it is that brings you joy and unlimits you. Some of my best content has been created while I'm just sitting down watching Mary Poppins Returns because it's my favorite inspirational Disney movie, right? And I know all of the words to all of the songs. And, I can sit down and write an emotional blog post or create something that's going to help someone else because I'm unlimiting myself and doing the things that bring me joy. Another thing that I have started doing lately is writing letters to myself. And y'all, I gotta be honest, I saw this idea while watching one of the prison documentaries because the inmate was keeping his mind strong, was pushing through the crappiness of being in jail by writing letters to himself, right? Looking back on his day and telling himself what he did a good job on, how he can be better tomorrow, whatever the emotion that he's feeling towards himself, but just getting it out. And he was reading these letters to the interviewer, and it just had me sitting there thinking, if I'm writing a letter to myself often and getting these emotions out and pumping myself up, reminding myself of my goals and my dreams, right? Keeping myself in check and aligning myself, communicating with myself, how much freedom am I going to create for myself? You are 100% responsible for creating freedom. And the freedom, the physical freedom that you are seeking in this world is not going to come until you free your mind. So you communicate with others instead of holding it in, and you communicate with yourself. You can see the first letter that I wrote to myself on my blog, Becoming Unlimited blog, on dailydrivecoaching.com, because I'm bringing y'all along in this journey. I will always be completely vulnerable and honest with you and communicate what I am going through because I know that it will help you. Because again, I lived in that darkness for a long time. So you can see the first letter that I wrote to myself on dailydrivecoaching.com on the Becoming Unlimited tab. So y'all, Freedom Friday, hashtag Freedom Friday, drop it if you're still following me, hashtag Freedom Friday, sunshine, whatever. If you're still following me, free your mind, create freedom in the rest of your life simply by communicating. Communicating with those around you, with your loved ones, communicating, I tried to read a note while talking. Communicating with those around you, with your loved ones, and communicating with yourself. Breaking down those barriers, not holding it in, not creating more walls in your mind. Thank you, Nicole. Not creating more walls in your mind, right? Breaking down those barriers of holding things in. Communicate with your loved ones around you. Communicate with yourself. It is going to give you so much freedom in your mind. Journal. I have a note in my phone that it's only one note and it's just like an ongoing spew of whatever's on my mind, right? I have my daily drive journal that I do. I have a little notepad that I carry around with me, again, that has that list that I wrote of what unlimits me. I'm writing letters to myself now, again, that are on my blog. I am doing things to get those emotions out, which is going to allow you to get them in check and keep control of them. Because what keeps us in that anxiety box is just holding it all in, right? So Freedom Friday, unlimit your mind, unlimit what you've been told, right? That you have to hold it in, that you have to play through the pain, that you have to brush it under the rug, that, it's not important, blah, 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 right? Unlimit what you've been told, unlimit your mind, allow yourself freedom by communicating, getting your needs out there, have your needs heard. No one is going to advocate for you like you. No one is going to cheer for you in your dreams like you, and no one is going to push for you in your dreams like you. Right? So you get to take control of that and you get to create that freedom. And one way that you do that is through communicating instead of holding it all in. Communicate with others and communicate with yourself. Let's communicate with ourselves together now with the daily drive, because my favorite way, other than gratitude, right? Because gratitude practice helped me unlimit my mind so much. But my next favorite way of communicating with myself and staying in control is creating my intentional thought or thoughts. Maybe I need more than one for the day, right? That's why it's the first thing on the daily drive. So let's create some intentional thoughts together. I do one while I'm on here, so it doesn't take up too much time. But again, if you need more than one, whatever you need for your brain to flip those switches. I always write my intentional thoughts in the format of I am committed to, because it reminds my brain that I made that decision. So what's the next step that I need to do to keep up with that, right? Do I need to go for a walk to get my mind right? Do I need to take a nap because I'm just exhausted? Do I need to shift my anxious energy and do some dishes or make the bed? What do I need to do next to keep my energy in check? And speaking of energy, one of my intentional thoughts is often that I am committed to maintaining my energies, plural. Because we have all of these energies in our body. You know, we have happiness, joy, bliss, sadness, overwhelm. Like, we have all of these energies in our body. And we can be in control of all of them and feel them and still stay in control. So I often use the intentional thought that I am committed to maintaining my energies. And so maybe the next step, again, is to take a nap. Maybe the next step is to go for a walk. Maybe the next step is to do some work to take my mind off of things. Maybe the next step is to cry for a minute because I just need to get some emotions out. That happened a lot last week with the extra fibroid hormones, #fibroid journey. Like, I had the extra fibroid emotions last week, and so I just needed to cry, right? And I say last week, but I really mean up until like yesterday, okay? Like, you know, I just needed to cry some, right? And so maybe that's part of maintaining my energies. So that's going to be my intentional thought for today, is that I am committed. I feel high energy right now. Woo, I just put like 4 arches on my M. I'm feeling high energy right now. And so I want to keep it that way, right? So what do I need to do to keep it that way? And again, that might mean that I need to rest for a minute. I need to take a break. When I get off the daily drive, I need to honestly like sit and rest my eyes for a minute, especially now that I have my ring light back on, because I see the ring light for like an hour after, right? So I need to reset myself, right? So I am committed, I don't know if I'm spelling this right, to maintaining my energies. I also often use the intentional thought that I am committed to my own personal growth and health. And so that reminds me that maybe I need to put down the goldfish tub, or maybe I need to only eat 1 ice cream after dinner, or maybe I get to go ahead and get outside and go for a walk and get some activity in, right? Like, or maybe I need to listen to something that's going to expand my mind. So whatever it is that you need to push you. Remember, it takes 90 seconds to shift energy and emotion in your body and brain to another direction. So we want that full time. I am committed to, I know I don't spell anything right either. Like, I just go for it, and then later on, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But like, you need that 90 seconds to shift that energy, right? So give yourself that time with those full statements, and it connects it all together. The next part of the daily drive is our goals for the day. And that's just kind of like, you know, your roadmap to push you through the day. What do you need to do today, right? We want to remember that these are daily goals. So this is the time for small step, tangible, achievable goals. We want to cross them off at the end of the day and look back on ourselves with trust and confidence, rather than a bunch of stuff looming over us that we didn't cross off. So if you have a big, you know, crazy overall goal, write it on a poster board and hang it on your wall somewhere, Write things in your planner that you need to do on the weekend. This is the time for tangible, achievable things that will get done today. So make sure you're keeping your schedule in mind. If you know that you get to chauffeur your kids around all day today, you might not have time to put something else in, right? So make sure that you are keeping your schedule in mind for today. I'm going to do some cleaning and get some other things done today, since I'm not going to risk going over and spreading germs around. And so I get to then shift my attention to other things to still bring in income, right? So I'm going to make sure that I'm putting time on here for that. I'm going to put things that I still, want to get done today. And then the last part of the daily drive, which is, these are all kind of like equally important for the daily drive. That's why they're the three main focus, right? Gratitude is the last part. And if you follow for any length of time, especially on Wednesdays, we know that gratitude literally and physically changes the chemical makeup of your brain. The more you practice it, the more you intentionally think about gratitude, the more you're aware of your thoughts and redirect them towards gratitude, the easier it's going to become and the less stressful you're going to feel just on a day-to-day basis. Because that's what you're putting out into the world is gratitude. Practicing gratitude releases the same hormones into your body that are associated with the feelings of bliss, the feelings of calm, the feelings of joy. And so thinking about that is what redirects the mind. Because even though you might be in a sucky moment, you're intentionally calling in those blissful feelings by thinking about what you're grateful for. So we take the time to think about gratitude and to write gratitude out. Similar to with my intentional thought, all of my gratitude statements are in the format of I am grateful for, full complete sentences. Because again, you need that 90 seconds to shift energy and emotion and allow those hormones to start to be released. And then it also just connects it all together. It connects the hand to the brain, to the heart, aligns all of that energy. I always make sure that I write that I am grateful for life and breath, because, we all know how easily that can be taken away from us. Good morning, Katie. I see you. I'm going to go back and share this in Becoming Unlimited. I forgot to do it when it popped up, but I'll go back and share it myself because I don't have to approve it and all of that. So I appreciate y'all hopping over here and making sure that you're still watching. But I always make sure that my gratitude statements are I am grateful for. We know how easy life and breath can be taken away from us. We've all experienced it. So that's the first gratitude statement that I always write. I am grateful for life and breath. And then I make sure that I'm grateful for my husband and his support, for my family, for, whatever it is I have got going on. And again, those are full I am grateful for statements so that I give myself that energy. I come back to this sometimes after I get off of here and add to it. And that's why my hope for the daily drive is to be like one of those tear-off things so you can carry it with you and come back to your gratitude and your intentional thoughts and your goals throughout the day, right? This is also where I give myself any self-talk or positive affirmations, if that's what you call it. Just make sure that you are, again, giving those in the right format, because your brain knows the difference between an I am and an I am in the process of affirmation, right? Because my favorite example, if you're telling yourself every day in the mirror, I am a millionaire, and you're not a millionaire yet, your brain knows that. So you're really not doing anything to become a millionaire. But if you tell your brain, I am learning how to become a millionaire, then your brain is going to look for ways to do that and ways to learn and grow, right? So this is where I give myself, again, any positive self-talk that I might need to help push myself through the day. And then I just give myself a heading for notes for tomorrow, just in case anything pops up that we don't need to worry about today. We can worry about tomorrow, whatever. We don't need to cloud our brain up with it today. It's there for tomorrow. So your intentional thought, your gratitude, and your goals are going to push you through the day. Come back and look at them, add to them, reread them, whatever it is that you need to do to continue to push through the day. I will drop the daily drive in the comments like always when we get off of here. But you guys, this is just a way to communicate with yourself and keep yourself in check, because simply communicating with your loved ones, with those around you, with the important people in your life, with the people that you normally hold things back from, simply communicating with them and with yourself, right? Journaling, getting it out, talking to someone, whatever. Simply communicating is going to allow you so much freedom in your mind. You're going to free yourself up so much. I promise. I already feel that freedom just from a quick 2-minute conversation with my husband about, how today was gonna go and how it's gonna go now, right? So allow yourself to free your mind just by communicating. Communicate with yourself, communicate with your loved ones and those around you. Like I said a minute ago, y'all can see that first letter that I wrote to myself, and there's going to be more. I'm going to put them all on the blog because I will always be transparent and vulnerable and honest with y'all about what I'm going through, because it will help you. Specifically how I take back control. Because we can feel the emotions and then take back control, right? So you can see those letters that I'm writing to myself. The first one is up, Becoming Unlimited blog. It is on dailydrivecoaching.com. If you are not already in my Becoming Unlimited Facebook group, let me know, or just look for it and hop on in. You get these daily drive videos, plus a little bit of extra content about unlimiting your thoughts. It is just a community of support that's free, not a sales platform. We're just there for each other to learn and to grow. I am giving away this Fitbit right now to just my top supporters. So if you hop in there and engage and interact and tell all of your friends, you might win that Fitbit or some other prizes that I have going on. Make sure once you get in there that you turn on notifications for the group and for me here on my personal page so that you're informed when I go live and you don't miss any of this information. Because the more you unlimit yourself, the more you are going to take control of life and create the freedom that you want, right? And again, hashtag Freedom Friday. Allow yourself the freedom of your mind simply by communicating. Communicate with others around you. Don't hold it in. Don't put things in those boxes. Get it out. Communicate with yourself. Get it all out there, whatever way you can. Y'all, I talk to myself, okay? I'm not even gonna lie. I talk to myself. I sit on the couch and I will tell myself, that's a stupid thought. Let's do something else, right? So allow yourself freedom. Just communicate with yourself, with others. If y'all want me to wear birthday ears on your birthday, if it is a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, when I do the daily drive, let me know and I will wear birthday ears for you. Let me know the night before. Check out dailydrivecoaching.com. As always, I love y'all so much. If you get anything out of this content, leave me some reactions, leave me some comments, tag a friend, share, all of the things. I love you. One of the ways that I love to show gratitude is with my joy jar. Today, you guys, you ladies, you friends are my communicators. Okay? My communicators, because we're going to go out and we are going to communicate and free up our minds. I was writing this. If you're a ska fan, where my ska friends at, I was writing this and all I could think of was, I'm pretty sure it's Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, but if you're one of my ska friends, you might correct me, but I'm pretty sure it's Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, the song Communicator. I am a communicator. I was like singing to myself while I was writing this. Anyway, we're going to communicate our needs with our loved ones, with ourselves, and we are going to stay in control of our minds. We're going to free things up in our minds simply by communicating. I love y'all so much. Happy Friday. I will see you soon.